Welcome to Community Connections. I'm not Gloria Enlow. I'm Mike Downey from KJLU. And today my guests are Jeff Bassinson from the Capitol Jazzfest and Leann Porrello from Capitol Arts. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We got a big arts weekend coming up here. Let's talk a little bit about it. Jeff, what's going on with the Jazzfest?
Jazzfest is going to be Saturday, September 10th. It is downtown Jefferson City at the corner of Madison and High Street. And we are going to have 5 performers playing for us again, and it's free and open to the public.
Well, tell us a little bit about who'll be playing on that Saturday.
We will start off at 1:30 with the University of Missouri Concert Jazz Band. It's their premier jazz orchestra from the Jazz Studies program at the University of Missouri. We will follow that up at about 2:50 with a group called Miss Jubilee. They're out of St. Louis. They play jazz, swing, boogie woogie type of music from the 20s to the 50s. They also, fortunately, have been sponsored by the Missouri River Regional Library. They were kind enough to collaborate with us this year to pay for their performances for both the Jazz Fest on Saturday, but also there's a performance that Miss Jubilee will have on Friday on the Capitol lawn. And they're also going to be part of our Jazz on Wheels program, which is created by the Jazz Fest, to put jazz groups into elementary schools. And this year they will be playing at East Elementary School to expose the kids to music that they might not ordinarily be exposed to.
Awesome. Now, they played for the Capitol concerts last year for the library, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And they had such a positive response, the library wanted to bring them back, and they were also kind enough, as I said, to sponsor them for our Jazz Fest as well.
And this partnership with the library is really great. The Jazz Fest had sponsored with them, had partnered with them for many years. Before that, there was a little pause, and now we're back with working with the library again.
We're back in full force, and we appreciate the library's continued collaborative efforts, and we hope to continue that for years to come.
Awesome. Now, who else do we have playing?
After Miss Jubilee, we have a group out of Chicago. It's a fusion group called Marbin. We had hired them last year to come, and sadly, the day before their performance, their drummer had actually collapsed on stage and was hospitalized. So instead of bringing in the full 4-piece group, they brought in a 2-piece acoustic group, and they played Gypsy Swing as their fallback. And as a fallback, they played 1 hour of spectacular Gypsy Swing music.
It really was amazing because it had such a large sound considering it was just the 2 instruments.
Yeah, it was just an acoustic guitar and a very, very small curved soprano saxophone. Everybody thought it was a toy, but no, it's legit. It's a true saxophone, and they both played wonderfully.
All right, who else do we have on the lineup?
After Marbin, we playing at, I believe it's, well, what's the time on the next one? We've got 5:30. At 5:30 we have Blue 88. It's a blues group out of Kansas City. They had played at the Jazz Fest back in 2006 when we used to have the Jazz Fest on the Capitol steps. And we thought, 10 years is a long enough time, we should bring them back. And so they'll be playing for the 4th spot of our 5.
Well, we certainly like our blues here in Central Missouri, don't we?
Yes, there's a large blues contingent here. The Blues Association is based out of Jefferson City, and I'm hoping that bringing this group in will also bring some of those fans of blues to come and hopefully hear the entire performances. So, after that, the last one we have is the Don Weber and Naked Rock Fight. They're out of St. Louis. It's all original music. Dawn Weber plays trumpet, and she's also the singer. And she writes almost all the original music. And it's a 5-piece that also combines funk, fusion, swing, some bebop, and all with spectacular musicians from St. Louis.
I would imagine just having the name Naked Rock Fight would be a draw for folks, just to see what Naked Rock Fight would be.
I'm sure that's why they created that name. It draws attention and curiosity, and people have a tendency to want to know what exactly that might be.
Well, awesome. It sounds like a great lineup. Why don't we take a break right now, and then when we return, we'll talk to Leann about the Capitol Art Fair.
Sounds great.
The 25th Annual Capitol Jazz Fest and Capitol Art Street Art Fair takes place Saturday, September 10th in downtown Jefferson City. The chalk art competition starts at 1 p.m. and the free jazz starts at 1:30. For more information, visit capjazz.org.
Couches take a try, but they ain't got nothing on.
Most people are familiar with Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell, two of the most successful African American fashion models in history. But few know about Helen Williams, who paved the way for Banks and Campbell. Williams was discovered by Lena Horne when she was 17 and began working for African American magazines such as Ebony and Jet. She was very successful in Europe, modeling for major designers including Christian Dior. But she could not duplicate that success when she returned to the United States because she was considered too dark to be acceptable. Williams did not take her rejection quietly. Describing herself as pushy and positive, she told her story in the press and opened America's eyes to the beauty of dark-skinned women. This turned her career around and led to major modeling contracts. Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell may be the most famous African American models in history, but they owe their success in part to Helen Williams, who has now become a part of our faded history.
Couches they could try, but they ain't got nothing on 'em.
All right, welcome back. We're here with the Community Connection, and our guests today are Jeff Bassinson from the Capital Jazzfest and Leann Porrello from Capital Arts. We've got a great event associated with the Jazzfest with Capital Arts. Leann, tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah, Capital Arts for over 6 years now has been putting on a chalk art competition. It's free to the public. It's a great event, draws a lot of people. We encourage all ages of everyone to come down and participate. We provide soft artist pastel chalk, and everyone gets a 4x6 square and they can just create, and it's really fun and it really goes with the music. A lot of the chalk art that people like to do is jazz themed, so it's really fun just to see the pavement really come to life.
Well, it really is, and you've had some pretty good participants from that over the last several years.
Yeah, last year we actually had 179 participants, and this year we're hoping for bigger and better. Last year we had 120 squares drawn all through High Street, and this year we're shooting for 160. So there's lots of room. We're already taking pre-registrations on our website, which is www.capitalarts.org, or you can just come to the event and sign up the day of, and we always are taking people, so we really encourage everyone to come and just play with the chalk. So.
And when you say people of all ages, you really mean that. You mean kids and older folks, just everybody.
Yeah, we have actually different categories that people can participate. We have elementary, middle school, high school, college, group, amateur, and professional. So we will find a category for anyone who would like to participate. Last year we had people as young as 3 years old participating, so it was really fun to see.
Well, it's really neat to get people involved in the arts at that young age, because you know that they're going to be involved in it as they move through their lives.
Oh yeah, we definitely encourage all ages, and it's really fun too because we take pictures of all the art and put it on our website and Facebook and really like to share it around. We encourage the kids to come to the gallery, and so yeah, we like to start really young and just really encourage them to grow and express themselves that way.
And this is going to be in downtown Jefferson City, so the streets will be closed off, and then the artists will actually be in the streets doing the work.
Yes, we will actually block off High Street, and we'll have our registration tent right in front of Hawthorne Bank on the corner, and like I said, it's all of High Street down both sides. So we'll have it marked off, and that way when people come register, we'll assign them a square, and then we'll go ahead and let them know where they are, and so it'll be the whole street, and everyone that just wants to come and participate and just also watch the artists can walk up and down the middle of the street and see all the work going on.
Although we would probably encourage them not to walk on the art.
Yes, we usually have it pretty good to where it's blocked off, but you know, we encourage. Last year we actually had a little rain, so that also, you know, impacted the festival a little bit. But yeah, we encourage people to definitely, you know, walk around, talk to the artist, and you know, interact with them, ask them questions, because a lot of the artists really like to share their techniques and tips and tricks. So
well, it's really kind of a cool event. You got the great jazz playing in the background, and then you got all this great art that's just coming before your eyes on the streets of Jefferson City. Do any of the artists get sad because their art disappears after a couple of hours or a couple of days?
You know, I think that's actually one of the fun parts about it, is that it's temporary art. You know, you really get to create it in that moment, and then it lasts as long as it can. And so, you know, that's why we try to take pictures, because there's also prizes involved. But I think that's part of the fun is, like I said, temporary art, where it really gets to just be, you know, in the moment.
Awesome. Now, this is Leann Porrello from Capital Arts. Capital Arts is a pretty neat organization as far as the art world in Jefferson City goes.
Yeah, we've actually, the gallery's been open since 2009, but Capital Arts has actually been around since 1967, so almost 50 years now. So we've been a part of the community, and we're just really trying to promote and provide services in visual arts, so we're just really trying to expand. So.
All right. Why don't we take a little break, and then we'll finish up talking about this great art weekend coming in Jefferson City. Welcome back to Community Connections, and our guests again today are Jeff Bassinson from the Capital Jazzfest and Leann Porrello from Capital Arts. And we've been talking about the great arts weekend coming up here in September. And this is a big event for Capital Jazzfest. This is one of those special Capital Jazzfests.
This is our 25th annual. Didn't think we were going to make it this far, but we did. And we hope to do that again next year and years subsequent. And just keep it going, trying to bring in good music and always trying to keep it free. It's not always that easy to do that. I would be remiss if I didn't thank some of our sponsors who help keep the money in so we can bring in the bands and the sound, light, and stage. And we also video all of the performances, and we are able to send those out to several public access channels from around the country. They will play that back, and so far we're in I think we're in 20 states, 39 stations with a viewership of about 4 million people.
Only 4 million?
Yeah, well, they were small towns, a lot of small towns. You'd be surprised. There's one of them has 600 viewers. They're out of Sevastopol, Wisconsin, but they have downloaded every single performance that I've ever put out there. So, but as I was saying, it's very difficult to do this without the sponsors, and our biggest sponsors have been Madison's Cafe, Central Bank's been good, Jefferson Bank has been with us what seems like forever, which is great. There's also Jefferson Bank. KRCG has been with us for the last couple of years. They've been kind enough to help us with our promotional 15-second TV spots. Also, Missouri Arts Council has always been helpful with us as well. They help, there's some of the musicians are, it's a touring musicians grant, and they've been kind enough to help us along those lines too, because these bands aren't cheap. It is a pretty expensive thing to bring in at least one band, and to bring in 5, it does take a lot of money. And so,
well, if you're going to have high quality musicians, you got to pay for them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And once again, Missouri River Regional Library has been sponsoring one individual group by themselves, and also helping them get out into the community. It's been a great outreach program, and we're really thankful.
Very good, very good. And any sponsors for the arts fair?
Yeah, Capital Arts, Hawthorne Bank is the biggest sponsor for us. They actually sponsor all the chalk and as well as the cash prizes. So Hawthorne Bank, and we, like I said, our tents are right outside of them, and so we want to thank them for always helping us participate as well, because like Jeff said, it can get expensive, but we want to provide this to the community for free, and it's something that we enjoy doing, and we just love getting the community involved. So.
I would say having chalk art would be a little difficult without the chalk.
Yeah, yep, and then that's our #1 thing every year is make sure we have that chalk.
So the event is when again?
It is Saturday, September 10th. The Capital Arts Street Art Fair starts at 1 p.m. Mm-hmm. The chalk art competition starts at 1, and the music starts at 1:30. I'm not quite sure when they name the winners. Do you know when do they announce the winners?
Actually, it's from 1 to 5, and at 5 p.m. we take all the pictures, and this year we're doing a People's Choice that we'll know right away. Usually it takes 1 to 2 weeks because we go through just kind of a judging process, and we pull local people from the community to do the judging. So usually it takes about 1 to 2 weeks, and we post all the pictures as well as announce the winners on our Facebook and our website.
It's going to be a great afternoon in Jefferson City. Where in downtown is it going to be?
It is at the corner of Madison and High Street. That's where the stage is. But all the chalk art goes all through High Street from Jefferson to Monroe. That whole area is a pedestrian only. We also have half of Madison Street down to Commercial Way, and then also down to Wall Way is where that would be the staging area for the back of the stage. So
very good.
All open and nothing but foot traffic.
Yeah.
Well, speaking for the citizens of Central Missouri, we want to thank you all for putting on these great events and for being on the program today.
Well,
Thank you for having us.
I appreciate the time.
And thank you all for watching. This has been Community Connections.